What's up, people? Peace, power, and profit, and welcome again to another uh, Tuesdays talk, sneaker talk, or sneaker talk Tuesdays with your boy Chris Woods on the behalf of Croft Sneakers and Croft Services. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the Jordan One Taxi that just dropped this past Saturday. I initially told everybody about the shock drop that they had about a week or so ago. Um, I did not catch the wave, but I did. I was able to cop this Saturday in store at Foot Locker and on Sneakers app. So I'm waiting on my pair from Sneakers app, and I have the pair here from Foot Locker. So here's the box, special box and packaging. And they had to give us a special box for a special shoe that was highly anticipated release. Um, and yeah, man, the Jordan One Taxi was definitely, um, I wouldn't say a lot of hype. Let me get some more light over here. All right. The Jordan One Taxi definitely has some hype behind it, but it's not the Jordan of the year. Because we got the Lost and Founds, aka the Chicago's coming out in November. So it would be behind the Chicago's, aka the Lost and Founds. But outside of that, it was definitely the second best Jordan one a year, in my opinion. Um, so, speaking about the taxi, everybody knows the original taxi colorways that actually dropped in the Jordan 12 silhouette, which was Michael Jordan's one of his classic sneakers of all time. So yes, the taxi colorway actually dropped in the Jordan 1 this past Saturday. And let's take a look, man. Like I said, these were highly anticipated, um, and people were hyped about them. But like I said, the sneaker market right now it's not the best in terms of reselling, but it is the best for people who wants to cop shoes and not have to pay crazy prices, especially when it's a basic GR. Um, so it's good on both ends. All right, so oh my god, these got a little some flaws on them, but don't worry, these are not the pair I'm keeping. These will be sold to somebody, and when my sneakers pair come in, I'm going to check the quality on those. But man, this is a buttery shoe, man. A buttery shoe, very clean. It's got that taxi, yellow, gold, whatever you want to call it. Um, and it's just a clean colorway, man. The color blocking on these is very special for the simple fact that every Jordan one that had a similar color blocking, just with a different color, whether it was the pine greens, the royals, the breads, the Chicago's, the shadow backboards, so forth and so on, they all did well over time as far as value and price increase. So with this particular color blocking on the shoe, this Jordan 1 with the taxi is going to do well over time. So expect this shoe to go up in value. We can check in a year from now, and I guarantee you that the price will go up on these. So get them while they're cheap. If you weren't able to cop when they drop, they still going for a decent amount, maybe like 220, 230 right now on the resale market. And you might be able to, get to a reseller that'll sell you these for a good price. But man, these are definitely dope in hand. I was glad to be able to grab these since I didn't hit on the shot drop. But the color blocking is very important on a Jordan 1 silhouette. And with this color blocking, it really basically tells you how the shoe is going to perform over time. We can't, assume, but based on the other color blockings of the same shoe, uh, they went up in value, some more than others, obviously. But this is going to be a classic, man. It's going to be a classic um, in the future. So, man, grab this shoe if you want to invest. Grab the shoe if you just like it and you just like Jordan 1s or the taxi colorway. This shoe is going to go up in value, guaranteed. So that's why I doubled up. I might sell this other pair, but I'm just really concerned about some of the issues with the quality control. This is not a great pair. Um, it has a few blemishes, but I'm gonna wait and see what my sneakers pair look like. Hopefully, it looks a lot better because this particular the right shoe is not that great for the simple fact that it has some issues back here. But overall, great shoe, man. Uh, I don't know if I'm gonna put these on feet yet. If I do, if I do put a shoe on feet, it's normally after a while before I do. It's like certain Jordans I put on feet is there's a shoe that I really don't, I guess, say value that much or value that high because of the simple fact that uh, certain Jordans have, value and you putting them on, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with wearing your shoes. You're supposed to. But some shoes, they're a pure hold. They're a hold. They're art. It's a collectible. At a certain point, that shoe is gonna become like, I don't want to say, well, maybe like a grail. It's gonna be like a grail, or it's a highly attainable shoe. Something like the Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones, off-white Air Force Ones that Virgil made. Those are shoes that you probably do not want to put on feet because the value of them is greater than, I guess, the emotional need to wear them, because that shoe probably won't be recreated again, seeing that Virgil, passed away last year, which gives it that much more value. So you put that shoe on like a tier where, it's a painting or it's become art, and you just keep it and hold its value. And if you do sell it, you should get a very, very nice bag off that, because those, I think those were like $2,700 a pop, and they're going for at least, at minimum, $5,000. So you definitely get your value and your money off that, your money's worth. So, man, like I said, the Jordan 1 Taxi, man, it's like I said, if you was able to grab this shoe, that's a major W, major W. So just hold it, wear your shoes if you wear them. Some people double up, triple up, one to wear, one to keep, and one to sell. So I will be looking to move this pair possibly, but if they don't move at the price that I want, I definitely will hold on to them and see what they do in the future. And you know that's where we at with those. So this is the number 2 Jordan 1 of the year. Um, it just wasn't a lot of Jordan 1s this year that made us go crazy over. You had the Marina Blues. They came out in January or February, one of those. You had the Heritage. You had the Stealths that just came out. The Heirlooms that just came out not too long ago. What other Jordan 1s came out? Primarily men's. You had a couple women's that come out. I think the Chanel's came out a couple months ago, and the denims that just dropped like a week ago, or no, yeah, like a week ago. Those were women's exclusive. Um, what else? The Volts that came out, which was those lime green joints, or whatever color that is. They were trash. Um, oh, the Rebellionaires. The Rebellionaires were dope, but I ultimately passed on those. I just didn't really care for those like that. But they hold their value too. Oh, and the Georgetown '85 ones. I take that back. So these will be number three. Georgetown '85 highs, OG ones. Those are number two behind the Chicago Lost and Founds that's coming out. So yeah, I forgot about those. So those are number two. These are number three. Um, personally. All right. So with that, let's do a comparison of another Jordan one that came out last year. That people were really into. They were into these Jordan ones, and they have like a similar color but a different color blocking on how they did the shoe. Um, so let's do this first. Um, and the Jordan ones that I'm talking about are the Jordan 1 Pollens. Now they came out in September last year. So let's look at that real quick. Let's look at those and do a comparison. So this is the Jordan 1 Pollen box. Here. Here. Alright. So pretty much the same, like the black and gold, black and yellow, however you wanna say it, make the color comparison. Uh, and these, man, these are cool. I like them. I like them a lot. See, these are more like a mustard type of yellow. But you can tell the color blocking is different on these compared to the taxis. And these came out like September something last year. They were a birthday shoe. Uh, so I actually grabbed a couple pair of these. Man, I had about 4 pair of these, and you know, color blocking on these pretty cool to me. I liked them. I'm a Steelers fan, unfortunately, at sometimes. But yeah, man, these are the Jordan 1 Pollens here. And the Pollens actually they did okay. I think people just accepted them for what they are. Uh, like I said, the color blocking wasn't, it's not terrible. Actually, very clean shoe, very clean shoe. Uh, so the debate was, would you take the Pollens, over the taxis? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. As much as I like these, as much as I like these, I'm gonna take the taxis because the simple fact is the color blocking. The color blocking is so important on a Jordan 1 because it's gonna tell you how that shoe is gonna perform. Uh, and we look at the history or look historically at the same color blocking on different Jordan 1s on a certain shoe. So, and they all done well. This actually is a different color blocking that they use. Now, this did okay. It's doing okay on the resale market, but it's not a shoe that is gonna pass, the color blocking like this. So that color blocking is special, you know. So just looking at them both, right? Looking at them both. You know, so that this color blocking right here is always going to do well over time compared to this color blocking. Now this is a nice shoe. It's a nice shoe regardless. Like I said, man, they were both September shoes. Um, I'm a black and yellow, black and gold type of person, so these were like my high school colors. So you know, I'm gonna always rock with it. And like I said, the way this pair that I have of the Pollens is is so clean, man. It's very clean, no blemishes at all. And I actually got these from Sneakers app. So this is a very clean pair that I got, thankfully. Now this pair of taxis that I have, the left shoe is fine. Even the toe box. The toe box is just kind of jacked up to me too. Looking at the toe box on this, unfortunately, I know I got to do better with lighting, but I'm not at my house right now, so please excuse me for all of that. But the left shoe is not. It's pretty good on these. The left shoe, the right shoe is something else. But as I said, I got a clean pair of Pollens that came from Sneakers. So with these, I'm gonna wait for my pair from Sneakers app, and I'm hoping, that I get a nice, good quality pair compared to my Foot Locker pair. And the box is kind of raggedy as well, that they gave me for Foot Locker, man. So, Dylan, you have to deal with this stuff, unfortunately, because it's not like it's not like they're gonna give you a discount, because whoever shipped them the shoes, damaged the box, or anything like that. Like they can't be held responsible for that, and I get it. But at the same time, we deserve our product the way they created them in the factories, and not all beat up and banged up. Some stuff is out of their control and out of our control. But if we're spending extra money because of inflation, you know OG ones used to be 170, and they were cheaper before then. So if we can't get a perfect, not a perfect box, but a decent box and a decent quality pair, why the hell are we spending more money? So think about that, Nike. Um, and if you have to penalize UPS and FedEx and all these other shipping companies, then do that, because we deserve to get unblemished products, because we're paying you a lot of money. So here we go. Pollen's on the left, taxis on the right. And drop a comment on which pair you like the best. If you don't get a good visual, I'm sorry. You will see them on social media, but drop a comment. Let me know, which pair you rocking with the best. We already know that the taxis are number 3 this year for Jordan ones, um, and they will do well over time because of the color blocking. Uh, so yeah, man, we have that. Let's also talk about the Pollen ones. So the Pollen ones came out last year. Uh, Out of last year, I'm trying to think of the Jordan ones that came out last year. So the patent breads came out in December. Um, Also, the A Ma Maniere Jordan 1 collab. That was a collaboration shoe. So that wasn't just a regular GR. That was a collab. You had those, and then you had the Jordan 1 handcrafts. Uh, and then I think before that you had the Pollens. So I mean, the debate now is if the Jordan 1 is losing steam in the community, as far as being the most popular silhouette and the most cop silhouette. Is it losing steam to the Jordan 4 silhouette? Me personally, I don't really think so. I think the Jordan 4 is becoming more popular because some of the colorways, because they have better colorways and color blockings. What Jordan Brand and what Nike is doing with some of the Jordan 1 color blockings is, kind of weird. I guess they're trying something new. And then, some of them are women exclusive. So, and they don't come in extended sizings for men. So you're not going to have, um, us chasing after them if the, color blocking is trash, like the Heritage. I wish I could grab them right now, but it's just too many boxes to get down. The Jordan 1 Heritage would have been a great shoe if they chose a better color blocking. Uh, but since they didn't, it just did not do well. People, didn't really, you know, grasp onto them because when we first seen the mock-up of the Jordan 1 Heritage, everybody, liked the fact that it had like a Chicago feel or a Chicago colorway. Uh, it just didn't have the color blocking needed to do well. So, they of course they had to change it up. They can't, redesign a shoe in the Chicago color blocking. But, it's basically the same colors that they just didn't blend the color blocking right. And that shoe is not doing well at all. It's, doing terrible on the resale market because it's majority white, and you got a red check mark if you ever seen the Heritages. Uh, and, just looking at it from that standpoint, certain Jordan 1 colorways is just not performing well, in this current marketplace. And then we just have to add to the fact of economic activities and the fact that, Nike has hiked the prices of Jordan silhouettes now because the Jordan 4 used to be 190, a Jordan 13 used to be 190, a Jordan 5 used to be 190 unless it was special. Unless these shoes were special, they had the custom price, or I mean the regular price. All retros were 190, and then the retro ones were 170, and they were even lower. Going back in time, but they this economic period is just has allowed them has allowed Nike to hike their prices because of how much they have to pay on their front end and back end as well. So we had to pay an extra $10 on retros, and that hurts us a little bit because certain shoes like the Jordan 13 French Blues, I don't think those shoes should have been $200. They they had no hype. Nobody really cared about them like that. I mean, on a personal level, yes, certain people like certain shoes and they like certain colorways, but that was not, a shoe that was going to be, bought or, sell out automatically. Like they're still sitting right now because nobody cares about that type of shoe or that colorway. I mean, it's a Jordan 13. We know the hood love 13s, but that colorway not really popular. So I don't think that should have been a $200 shoe. However, Nike doesn't care what I think. Uh, and I'm starting to notice too, even though these shoes are sitting, Nike won't discount them. They won't put them on discount. You know what I'm saying? You can't get a discount on them. Like they still holding those prices and because they need that money. And they actually have earnings this week, I believe. So uh it's gonna be good listening to what they say on their earnings call. I'm intrigued to see, what happens because we can read all the news and look at their balance sheets and look at everything that's current in the economy and the global economy to kind of see how Nike's going to be affected going forward. So, and on the consumer side, it's like, man, you should discount these shoes. Nobody cares about them. They're bricks. That's sneaker language. That means that nobody cares to buy these shoes or resell them because they don't have that much value. They're actually going under under retail price right now. So they're like 160, $170 on the resale market. That just lets you know that that shoe is not doing well. Why can't y'all you know discount it? And they can't discount it because they need the money basically, because their profit margins are going to suffer. And like I said, earnings call, we're going to hear all of this. We're going to see their numbers and see how bad or good it is for them right now. I think it's going to be bad, but you know, that's neither here nor there. Um, just to take into account, of the sneaker market itself, you need a shoe like this to kind of push the wave. You know what I'm saying? You need a shoe like this with some hype behind it, um, with the color blocking that people love to kind of, help prop up this sneaker market. And we have some shoes that's coming out that's going to do that. But we wanted to start it with this going into the fourth quarter of this year. Um, and I believe this will jolt everything because these did actually sell out. They sold out. Um, and I think going forward, because this is not the last Jordan one that we're gonna get. Like I said, we're gonna get the Chicago's Lost and Found in November, so this will give it a little steam going forward to keep the sneaker market interested, even during these uncertain times. But man, those the taxis, the Pollens. Uh, Very similar colors, different color blockings, uh, different hype. The Pollens wasn't really hyped, but you did have a lot of people that did like those shoes, and they did sell out. Uh, 2021 was just completely different to 2022, especially currently. So a year ago, we didn't have a sneaker market that was basically crashing. We didn't have, so many consumers that were strapped for cash. Things were booming. You know, there was, a period of inflation where it was starting to go up and creep up a little bit, but people were still majority spending a lot of money, and we still have people spending now, but the spending is less. So you would think, when people less spending, you know, shoes still wouldn't do that well. But some shoes are still selling out and some aren't. Um, so you still have a good majority of shoes that are sitting, and that you can go into the store right now and get if need be. Um, but these particular these particular shoes did not. So there's only going to be certain shoes that are going to sit. Uh, so that's that, man. If y'all seen both shoes, let me know which one you mess with the most, which one you like the most. Me personally, I love the Pollens. Um, they're definitely a keeper. I'm gonna keep them, but the Taxi has the better colorway, and it has the better value going forward and into the future. So let me know in the comments, what y'all think about each shoe and which shoe would you grab if you had the opportunity to grab them. So what I want to talk about next is the Jordan 4 Black Canvas that's coming out this Saturday. Um, so to me, this shoe This shoe is very similar to the Jordan 4 bread. Very similar. Um, the way the bread was constructed, it's a bit more red in those than it is on a black canvas, but they have very similar, I would say, color blockings, and there's just a little bit less red on the canvas. And the canvas material is, I think, has like a nylon type of mesh on the midsole, and I think that's different than the leather that we get on the Jordan 4 breads. But this shoe is going to do very well. Jordan 4's itself has been its own movement, and a lot of people have been debating that the Jordan 4 has taken over, you know, the elite status of, hype shoe, or the best shoes to, come out in a year span, or just that year period. The Jordan 4 has kind of like taken the throne from the Jordan 1. And, there's actually a train of people that believe that. I mean, I'm cool with it. I've never been like a big Jordan 1 fan anyway. And I love Jordan 4s. Absolutely love Jordan 4s. Peace, power, and profit over African Emporium. Shout out to my mentor, my brother, uh, in the chat, and any and everybody else that's passing through. Uh, the Jordan 4 has took over, um, as far as the hype and the most likable shoe for the Jordan 1, in my opinion, because it's just so many Jordan 4s that's came out in the last couple years, and the ones that are coming out this year and that has came out this year has done far better than any Jordan 1 silhouette. I mean Jordan 1 colorways that's came out. So the first Jordan 4 that came out in 2022, but was supposed to come out in 2021, was the Jordan 4 Red Thunders. Fire shoe, absolutely beautiful shoe, man. And you look at them on the resale market, going 350, 360, 370, depends on your shoe size, but you paying damn near 400 on the resale market if you want those shoes. What other Jordan 4 came out there? That was a beautiful Jordan 4. So we started the year off with a fire Jordan 4. And then the Jordan 4 Military Blacks. Very dope shoe, clean, white leather on it. That shoe is doing 330, 340, depending on the size, 350, 360. And to me, it was really just a plain, just white, black, and gray colorway. And we all know the military blues, the sneakerheads, y'all know the military blues. We need those Nike. So these were just another rendition of those, but just in a black. And that shoe is doing phenomenally well. If you have those shoes, definitely hold on to them, because they're going to go up in price. They're going to continue to go up. What other Jordan 4 did we have that came out? Also, yeah, so the Jordan 4 infrared. Now those are doing okay. They didn't do that very well because the colorway is okay. I think the gray in those messed those up. Um, I actually hit a pair, and I just, I didn't really like them like that, so I sold them. And it really didn't take much for me to say, nah, these ain't it, uh, and move on from it, because I just didn't. I liked them, but I didn't like them that much to hold them or to keep them. They're okay. They like 260, 270. I think they prepped up to even 280 a little bit, but just not a hold for me. For that shoe, that was okay. And now, going forward to now, we have the Jordan 4 black canvas. Oh, I forgot a Jordan 4 that came out. That you know what? I'm not sure if it dropped or not. I don't remember seeing those drop, but maybe they did. They were the Jordan 4 white canvas. So they were like the reverse version of the Jordan 4 black canvas. They were just all white, with some color speckle, like like the paint emojis, uh, with those colors on the bottom. But that was a clean shoe. But I don't remember them dropping because I didn't see them. I didn't see them come out, if I remember. But that was a clean shoe. I think that was a women's shoe too. I think that was a women's shoe. But that was a clean shoe as well. So the black canvas is up next for this Saturday, and then after that, um, well, before I move on, so how you can cop this shoe? Uh, you can do your Foot Locker reservations, sneakers app, of course, and other retailers. JD Sports and Finish Line, I'm not sure if they're going to do exclusive access on those. If not, you can always do an in-store raffle, or they probably do first come first serve. So call all of your local stores and get that information, and they'll let you know what to do. But hopefully, they should do exclusive access on these. As soon as I find out more information, I'll let everybody know if you're trying to cop these. Um, Dick's Sporting Goods, man. I don't know what's happening because Dick's Sporting Goods normally get Jordan 4s, but they may not get them. They may get them late because what they normally do wristband reservations. So you would go in and reserve your pair and get a wristband for that. And I haven't heard anything yet about it, so we'll see. As soon as I get more information on that, I will let everybody know. But you want to do your footwork if you want to try to get these. So if you got the Foot Locker, JD Sports Finish Line, DTLR, uh, what is it, Chic? If you got the apps, try to do the raffles, and if you really want to cop these, you should be able to grab them. Uh, let's see. So you have those. You have those Jordan 4s that's coming out this Saturday, the black canvas. And then October, you have the Canyon Purples. Now, the Canyon Purples originally, what was their original release date? I want to say it was, I think originally it was October, but then they got pushed back to December. And now they got pushed back up to October. So I think those are dropping on October 15th. Those are actually a women's exclusive, but they're coming in extended sizing. So for men. So men, you can cop these. These are another hype release. Uh, if you haven't seen the mock-up, I got pictures on my pages. So follow me at Croft Sneakers uh, on IG and on Facebook to see, updates on the Jordan 4 Canyon Purples and to get the mock-ups of all the latest shoes that came out and that are coming out. You can, follow me there and get all of that information. I got people saying, hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, I'm live. All right. Sorry about that. So yeah, so the Jordan 4 Canyon Purples, uh that's a very interesting colorway. It's gonna do well, I think. And I'm going to try to grab those as well. So that is a women exclusive, but it comes in extended sizings for men. If you haven't seen the mock-up, like I said, go to my page and you'll be able to see them. So the Jordan 4 after that is the Midnight Navies. Now the Midnight Navies is just um, a different color of the Jordan 4 white cements that dropped some years ago. You just have the navy hints in it, And those were one of the shoes that were on that was a part of that whole Memphis fiasco. Uh, and a lot of people got those early, and those are supposed to come out on October 29th. Now that is a fire shoe, fire colorway. That shoe is going to do very well. So if you want to grab those, what's going to be interesting about those is the ones that were taken off of those trailers in Memphis. You know, do does Nike ship out more pairs of those? Or are they going to be limited? So that's something to think about going forward, because that is a fire shoe. It's a clean colorway. That midnight navy on those just set them off. Just think about the original white cements or the white Oreos that came out, and you throw the midnight navy blue on them. Dope shoe, man. Dope sneakers. So if you really want those, I think, I think, they're going to be limited because of the how many pairs that they lost, in that Memphis fiasco. You might want to, do all you can, your footwork to get those. Uh, all right, peace, brother Andre. Shout out to my boy Andre in the chat, Passport Global. So yeah, man, those Jordan 4 Midnight Navies is definitely a cop. So you got those coming out October 29th. Uh, so for November, you have the Jordan 4 A Mama Year. Now that's a collab shoe. That's not a regular GR. That's a collaboration shoe. That shoe is is gonna be tied for sneaker of the year. That shoe is gonna be tied for sneaker of the year with the Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Found. So those come out November the 17th. Now those you're gonna have to go through A Mama Year or Social Status to grab those, and they may have a sneakers drop for them as well. But that shoe is going to be tied for sneaker of the year. So A Monier has some of the dopest collabs. I think they actually took over, or they're neck and neck with Off White. Even though Virgil passed, a lot of his shoes are still dropping. So that A Monier Jordan 4 is fire. It's a fire colorway. Oh, and I forgot the 12s. They're doing the 12s as well. So I think they're doing a friends and family, and then they doing like a women's exclusive. Now I'm not sure if they're gonna come in extended sizing or not, but both of those 12s are fire as well by A Monier. Now I have 3 pair of their shoes, so I'm gonna show those next time, not this show. But so you had a Jordan 4 times A Monier, and I believe those come out November 17th. And I think that is the last Jordan 4 that is supposed to drop uh, for the year, if I'm not mistaken. So I may be wrong, but for now, I think that's the last Jordan 4. So what we talked about is the Jordan 1 Taxi that came out this past Saturday. So, you definitely want to look out for those. Wait, you don't want to look out for those. They already came out. So if you were able to grab these, man, you got a jewel in your hand. Like I said, these will do well over time if you were able to grab them. Um, and like I said, I'm not the biggest Jordan 1 fan, but I will grab a Jordan 1 silhouette that I like. And the taxi colorway is just a famous colorway. And these are the Jordan 1 Pollens. So we did a comparison of these. And these came out last year. So yeah, man, those taxis, man, those are number three, Jordan 1 of the year. So you got the Chicago's Lost and Founds, then you got the Georgetown 185 highs that came out earlier this year, and then you have the taxis. And you know what? To be honest, man, those Georgetown ones, to me, the only reason why I would say they is number two is because they're 85 high and they're like a collegiate. Uh, but as far as the color, I'm not the biggest fan of the color on those. Like I love the color on these taxis. I love this. I love this color. The black, gold, white, black, yellow, and white, whatever you want to call it. It's just a better. It's a better colorway to me than that Georgetown colorway. So I might actually put these at number two. So I changed my mind. I put these at number two over the Georgetown high 85s. And, it's just because, I love the taxi colorway on all Jordan releases. Because, the Jordan 12 taxis, man, the original 12s, the GOAT 12s, it's just, we just love that colorway. We love the name, and it resonates with, MJ and his championship runs. Um, and there's no better colorway, man, or no original colorway that belongs on a Jordan besides the taxis, the Concords, and the Breads. So, we just, we roll with that. Um, Let me see if there's anything else, man. I know, like I said, we got the Jordan 4 Black Canvas coming this Saturday. Man, it's this last part of the year is gonna heat up. This fourth quarter is gonna heat up. You know, some parts of the year was like, it was just like, it really wasn't that hot. But the last quarter of the year is the hottest part of the year because there's just a lot of dope shoes that's coming out, a lot of fire shoes. The Jordan 11 Cherries is dropping in December. The Jordan 13 UNCs are dropping in December. Now, those 13s are 13s that we want. The French Blues, trash. I mean, I grabbed them, but they don't compare to the UNC 13s. I also forgot the UNC 1 lows coming out tomorrow. Those are a cop as well. Um, they have the UNC color, with the black, and they're a low. But if you're gonna grab a low, you gotta grab these because they're UNC colorway. UNC's are famous colorway. Those are dropping tomorrow. But the last quarter of this year, some dope shoes, man. The UNC 13s, the Jordan 11 Cherries, and then we got the Chicago 2s coming out in December as well. Definitely dope. Butter Jordan 2. I know Jordan 2s are not popular, but that shoe is fire, man. You definitely got to cop those. Those are an OG original colorway. Uh, you got the Amal Manier collabs. Man, it's just so many shoes that's coming out this year. Like I don't even remember a lot of the shoes that come out. You got the Black Taxi 12s. Those are fire. So it's a taxi colorway, but it's more black. And then you got the taxi color. So that's gonna be a dope shoe. Let's see what else, man. Uh, and of course, those Chicago one, Lost and Founds. I'm hoping those aren't limited. I hope we get a lot of pairs of those because those are going to be at mom and pop stores because it's paying homage to those stores. So hopefully we get a regular drop. We get a lot of pairs of those. That's going to be a crazy release, man. It's going to be a crazy release. Um, what else? I think that's it, man. So let me know in the comments if you liked the Jordan 1 taxis and how you felt about the Jordan 1 Pollens, and which one you like best. The Pollens actually came with extra laces. The taxis didn't. So we got the extra black and white laces that came with the Pollens. If you want to switch out. And, you know, that's where we at with it, man. You know, Jordan 1 taxis, the Jordan 1 Pollens, got that black and yellow, black and gold colorway. Uh, Jordan 1 taxi is number 3, Jordan 1 of the year, or number 2, I should say. Then the Chicago's number 1. So the number Chicago's and the 8 1 year 4s, those two are going to be like the battle of the shoe of the year. It's going to be the battle of the shoe of the year. So, hopefully, your boy can cop. And, I can show y'all some of these jewels that, I picked up. And like I say, man, if you're trying to get into this sneaker game, you just got to do your footwork. You got to network. Um, you got to spend, of course. You got to spend, but you try to get everything for retail. Get everything for retail. Um, download these apps. And it's like anything else. You got to, do your research, do your due diligence, and network. Got to talk to people. Get plugged in a certain way. And like I said, normal GRs. Like if you jumping in now, it's probably the best time because the sneaker market is not the same as it was like a year or two ago. So you can grab a lot of stuff that drop because they just not really hot releases. And before it was like a money grab. You know resellers resellers not making a lot of money now because these shoes are sitting in stores. People are really saving their money for certain shoes that they really want. Now probably a year ago they would have probably grabbed them anyway, but now it's just not like that. you know People are scrapping for cash and or strapped for cash, and only want to spend on certain releases that will bring them happiness, like a Chicago one, or certain things like that. Also, I forgot, the pennies are coming out too. So the pennies are dropping on Friday. The Nike Penny twos, Nike Penny Hardaways. So those are coming out as well. I entered a raffle on those at Social Status and A My Year. Hopefully, I win. If I don't, I don't really care because I'm really not a big fan of penny shoes. I like them, but not like a Jordan. So if I do win, I will do a video on those, and we can walk down memory lane and do some history on the penny silhouettes, and go from there, man. Your brother is out here trying to do his thing. Cop some hype sneakers and sneakers that people want and like, and just try to tell a story about it. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comment or in the chat, and I'll try my best to get to them. But other than that, man, subscribe to my brother Andre Boyce's channel. Uh, like it, share it. Also subscribe to my channel at Chris Woods. Like and share as well. Follow me on IG at Croft Sneakers and at Wall Street Logic. And follow me on Facebook at Chris Logic Woods, and like the page, Croft Sneakers and Logic. And you can find all that information out there. But until next time, peace, power, and profit. And we'll see you on the next one.